Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It's that time of the month again where we choose our TBR. Now, of course, my trusty TBR jar is going to be choosing my TBR for the month of October, which is insane. That's actually crazy. That is actually insane in my head. The fact that there's only 3 months left of the year, and for one of those months I'll be travelling the east coast of Australia. We need to choose our October TBR. I don't know whether this might be our last TBR, like monthly TBR, because I'm going to be so busy during November, packing everything up and storing everything. Like, most of my books are going to have to go into storage during the month of November, because at the end of November is when I fly to Australia. So I think this might be our last TBR video. Maybe I might do some Kindle TBRs, maybe things that I can read on my Kindle. I don't know. I'll work something out, I promise you, because I know how much you guys love TBR videos, so I'll work something out maybe. We need to choose our October TBR, our last physical TBR video. That's really sad. So without further ado, let's just choose our TBR. The first prompt we have got, so a book with a cartoon cover. I feel like a cartoon cover. Sorry, I've got like a pile of books right here, which is like my fall TBR, and there's a book right at the bottom that I won. Okay, so just from my fall TBR, I think I'm gonna go with Hex Appeal. So obviously we've got like the cartoon things by here on the cover. This is by Kate Johnson, and I really am excited for this. I think I've read so many witchy books recently, like the back of witchy books, to try and like work out what I want to read. So I'm very confused about which is which. Ha, get that? Which is which? That was awful. Yeah, okay, so this is the one where the landlord discovers that they haven't paid the rent since like the 17,000s, and there's like a whole family secret that gets uncovered and Josh is involved somehow. I don't know, but yeah, this is that one, and I'm very excited for this one. This is like the first book in a series as well, so you have Hex Appeal and then you have Hex in the City, and then I think there's a third book, but I can't remember what the third book is called, but I don't own the third book. But I'll be excited to read the first book in a series of witches. I think they're all interconnected standalones though, so I am just going to go in with the first book, then a second, then a third, obviously, but I think they're interconnected standalones, maybe. Now let's get our second prompt. Ooh, another pink one. Okay, start a new series. I love this one. Right, what can I start? Start a new series. I've literally just started a new series. I started Nightshade by Autumn Wood. It's the first book in a duology, so kind of starting a new series. And I read The Fucking Wrong Number, so that was the first book in a new series. I've started so many new series recently that I need to continue some and not start new ones, but you gotta do what the prompt says, unfortunately. Now, what can I start that I haven't already? Oh, I know what I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go with The Book of Azrael. Now, I have read this, but I want to do a reread because I want to continue the series. But it's been like a year since I've read this and I don't really remember what goes on, so I do desperately want to do a reread of this. So I think we are technically restarting the series because I have only read the first book, so technically we are still starting a new series. We're just starting from the beginning because I desperately want to continue the series. I have like an understanding and I remember like the main things that go on, but I want to do a reread to have like a fresh mind because a lot of stuff happens in this, so I want to know everything that goes on before I continue the series. So that is our second book, and I think that's the perfect book for the spooky season. It's very dark, atmospheric, eerie vibes, do you know? I mean, there's literally a skull on the cover. So now let's get our third prompt. Ooh, okay, so I need to read a book with the main character starting with a B. This will take a while. I need to look through these books and work out what the main characters are. Okay, so I couldn't find anything with the letter B. It's impossible, so we're gonna choose another prompt because that was impossible. Right, so a book with royalty in it. Okay, so it's gonna be fantasy, obviously. And we need a book that has some sort of royal thing in there, so like kings, queens, princes, princesses, things like that. Oh, I know what I can read. Okay, this is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru. I never know if I say her surname correctly, so I do apologise, but I remembered that this has a prince. Yes, Alara is forced to either let enemy Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the stars, or to accept her fate. Yes. So it's got a prince in it, and I'm guessing he is the love interest. And apparently this is such an amazing romantasy, like top tier romantasy, and I feel like I really need that right now. I really do. I've just been in a massive reading slump, and now I'm on a streak where I'm reading a book every single day, and I'm just obsessed. but none of those have been romanticies, so I feel like now I'm like yearning for a good romantasy. That's what I need in my life right now, so I'm very happy that this is going on my TBR. Yeah, well, this is such a good TBR. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So we're halfway there. We've got another 3 books to go. Try and go for a green one, shall we? Switch up the colours a bit. Okay, so read a book that's becoming a movie / series. Oh, became/becoming. Okay, so something that's become or is becoming a movie / series. Can I do a reread of the Magnolia Park series? I've been on like a reread kick right now. Ooh, I know. A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is already a TV series. It's on Sky. It's a Sky original production apparently. So I have no idea what this is about. None at all. But one of you guys told me before, I was asking for like fantastic fantasy kind of TV series that I could watch, and someone recommended this, but then I discovered that it was a book first, so I want to read the books first before I read the series. Now it is a bit of a chunky one, and it is technically starting a new series, but you know, the streak I've been on recently with reading, I feel like we could get this done maybe in 2 days. Honestly, we could. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, I feel like this is a good pick, and I don't think I've got anything else. Obviously Divergent, I could put that on my TBR again, but it was just on my September TBR, and I'm not too sure if I'm gonna read it yet before September's up, because obviously I pre-filmed these like a few weeks before, not a few weeks, but like 2 weeks before the month actually ends, so I never really know what I'm gonna read and what I'm gonna not by the end of the month, so I don't want to put Divergent back on, and I don't think I have anything else. Like I've read, the things I could think of is obviously Magnolia Parks has been picked up. I've read those. Twisted Series have been picked up. I've read those. What else is there? I think the Elsie Silver books have been picked up. I've read those. I think I'm right, aren't I? Has the Elsie Silver books been picked up for an adaptation? Yeah, Netflix, I thought so. Netflix has picked up the Chestnut Springs, but obviously I've read those, so. And then there's loads of other ones. The Deal and all those. I've read all those. The El Candy books. I've read all those. They've obviously been picked up. So yeah, I think Discovery of Witches is our best bet. I could have gone with Six of Crows. That was actually on my TBR for September as well. But I feel like I'm not going to get to that. Definitely not. So that was our 4th book. Now we need to get 2 more books out. Okay, so a potential 5-star. I feel like I pull this out all the time, and whenever I choose a book from this prompt, it's never a 5-star, and it infuriates me so much. But we need to choose a potential 5-star. Now, I feel like I haven't had a 5-star in ages. When was the last time I had a 5-star read? Was it Gloves Off by Stephanie Archer? Was that my last 5-star read? Oh no, it was Breaking Point by Matt Rafferty. I love that book. Devoured that. But that was literally in August. We're at the end of September now. Okay, like, it's been a while. Usually I have at least 1 5-star a month, and the amount of books I've been reading back to back, you'd think I would have had a 5-star. Like, I've honestly read 7 books in the last 7 days. You'd think I would have had a 5-star by now. But I need something that I think is definitely going to be a 5-star, because I need something to fill that void right now. Oh, I don't know actually. I was thinking we could go with Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, because I really want to continue this series, but this is a big one. It's not as big as 600. I feel like that's doable. Like if I just dedicated 2 days to reading this, I could get this done in 2 days. I honestly could. I think I read Binding 13 in a day and a half. So I could potentially do this in a day and a half, maybe. Oh, do I go with Saving Six? Obviously this is Joey and Aoife's book. It's the first book in the Joey and Aoife saga. I do think, is it just 2 books going to be Joey and Aoife? I have no idea, but she has announced the next year. I think she's bringing out 3 books next year. So I need to catch up on the books. So I've only read the 13 books, so Johnny and Shannon books, and then I've got obviously the 2 6 books. I've got Taming 7 and Releasing 10 to read. Plus then she's announced 3 more books, and they're obviously going to be huge like this as well, so I need to pick up the pace a bit. And I do honestly think that this could be 5-star, because Binding and Keeping 13 were both 5 stars, so this could be 5-star as well. It honestly could, because Joey and Aoife, just my boy Joey, I know he's going to break my heart so much, and I feel like this one is going to be so sad and so like gut-wrenching. I think I'm going to go with this. He's a boy who's lost. She might just be the home he's never had. My boy Joey. I think obviously this does go back in time a bit. What year does this start from? Oh, okay, so this starts 1999. That's the year I was born. Yeah, so this starts back in 1999. These characters, Joey's obviously older than Shannon is, so I could potentially like connect to these a bit more because in my head they're older. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many big books on this TBR right now. Right, our final prompt. Let's not make it a big book. Oh, a book with your favourite colour. So my favourite colour is pink or blue, but it's pink. It's definitely pink. I love pink. Pink's my favourite. I do like yellow as well, but I think I'm gonna go with pink because pink is definitely my favourite. I got a stack of pink books but they're like more romance, like, do you know what I mean? They're more summer romances, the ones that are like I have up for decoration. What fantasies have we got that are pink? I feel like I could go for like a pinky purpley colour, maybe like the colour of Hexapeel. That's more purple, but I feel like I have seasonal favourite colours. Do you know what I mean? Like in the summer it's pink, but then in the winter it's more of like a burgundy, purpley, pinky colour. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with A Cinnamon Falls Mystery by Ara Kilmore. This is obviously, it's got blue on there, which is one of my favourites, and it's got pink in there, and it's obviously on the spine and on the back as well. But I'm very excited for this. I recently picked this up when I went to Tesco. So when I was in Tesco, I always go to the book area. I always go there, even if I'm just running in to grab milk, I'll always go to the book area. And I seen that The Favourites by Lane Fargo had been published in paperback. I read this on my Kindle, but because it was only out in hardback, I never bought the physical copy. But I seen that it was out in paperback and I was like, yes, I need to get that. I need to get my hands on it. Then obviously they do the 2 for £9 deal. I was like, obviously I need to get another book so I can get a deal, because in my head that's just cheaper, girl math. And I was reading the backs of other books and I seen this, and this sounds so good. So I'll read the back for you because, you know, I can't explain things very well. But it says, welcome to Cinnamon Falls. After a humiliating breakup in the big city, Anir is retreating to a sleepy hometown of Cinnamon Falls. Stop, how cute is that? Where she can sulk about her life being a mess in peace. When she arrives, the town is gearing up for an annual Fall Fest. People travel from far and wide to bob apples, carve pumpkins, and see the annual Cinnamon King and Queen be crowned. But just a few days before opening night, a shocking discovery is made. A body is uncovered in the local diner alongside a note. Who will be next? Nia must team up with the residents of Cinnamon Falls to solve the case, including a tall, dark, and handsome high school ex-boyfriend, Jesse, who she never quite got over. Can they solve the case before the killer strikes again? Like small town murder mystery, second chance romance. Yes, please. Yes, please. So that is going on my TBR. This is such a good TBR, and I say that every month, but you cannot tell me that this is not a good TBR for the month of October. We've got 2 witchy books, we've got 2 fantasy books, we've got a romance book, we've got like a murder mystery book. Yes. This is such a good fall TBR. Let me quickly go through them now, even though you've just watched me pull them all out. The Cinnamon Falls Mystery by Ara Kilmore, Saving Six, A Discovery of Witches, Heavenly Bodies, The Book of Azrael, and Hexapeel. This is such a good TBR. I'm so excited for these. Honestly, I'm so excited, and I would have checked off 1, 2, 3, 4 books off my fall TBR as well, which is amazing. Really is good, because my fall TBR was very extensive and I don't think I've read a single book off that yet. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna try and work out maybe what I'm gonna do with my TBR monthly videos, because I want to still do them, but then when I'm away, how am I gonna do it? So I don't know. I'm gonna work something out for you guys anyway, because obviously all my books are gonna have to go into storage, which is really sad. I feel sorry for them, but my books are gonna have to go into storage and I won't have any physical books with me for so long. I'm just gonna have my Kindle. That's all I'm gonna have. Just me and my Kindle traveling to the other side of the world while all my books stay in the UK, lonely, collecting dust. Oh, that's so sad. But yeah, I'm gonna love and leave you now. I hope you guys did enjoy. But as usual, let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of the books, what your favourites were, what your thoughts and feelings were on them all. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, all that jazz I always ask you to do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!